From the campus of The Ohio State University in Columbus, CBS Sports presents the Big Ten. It's third-ranked Michigan Wolverines and the number 4 Ohio State Buckeyes. The Wolverines are in first place in the highest-rated conference in the country, where 3 teams are in the top 5, including the red-hot Buckeyes, who have won 7 straight games. This is the first time Michigan and Ohio State have met as top 5 ranked teams in the history of their programs. Hi, everyone. With Bill Raftery, Kevin Harlan. I guess that's enough said. That's a lot of great bullet points.
How good is this? We are blessed. 2 of the top teams in the Big Ten, 2 of the top teams in the country, maybe 2 of the top teams come to the Final Four. They play great defense and great offense. It's all about toughness. Who's going to get the loose balls, the extra possessions? That's key to this game. Some easy hoops.
Let's now take a deeper dive into this one with fast analysis presented by AT&T 5G.
The big thing with Hunter Dickinson, when he doesn't have the ball, how he presents himself, the roll to the tin, pump fake, the ability to finish at the rim, and of course the ability to kick it out. Livers gets those puppies organized. Big time delivery. Nice pass by Dickinson, of course, on the other end. Liddell, such a powerful kid in the low box area, can finish at the rim, but I love this part of his game. Can bring you outside with a little pick and pop for a 3 or a little deuce. By the big fella, big time delivery.
All right, Bill, let's take a look at the starting 5 for each team. As you and I were talking yesterday, there are matchups all over the floor.
The big thing, I think, is Livers. Who he plays, it'll be key. And, of course, Dickinson as well. Will they move him away from the rim on the offensive end?
Dickinson will be a handful, as he was last week on CBS in Madison against the 21st-ranked Wisconsin Badgers. There are so many terrific players, but this freshman has been about as big a change because every time they can go inside to him, he can kick it back outside. He changes the game. And there is E.J. Liddell, who has been as good a player as the Buckeyes have had.
As cool as a cucumber, too, with our conversation yesterday.
So our officials, a decorated crew: DJ Karstensen, who is in 15 NCAA tournaments, Courtney Green in 2 NCAA tournaments, and Keith Kimball in 2 Final Fours, and away we go.
Kevin on right now. Ohio State goes a little minute, and it's Liddell on the big fella. He's got a counter move.
Dickinson at 7-1. Livers couldn't snare the ball inside. Washington has it, and here come the Buckeyes. As we said, 7 consecutive wins. They've won 10 of 11.
I think the key guy is Kyle Young. He does a great job screening, directing traffic, gets the signals from the bench, and very active on the glass.
Outside, this beautiful shot.
Tough
that
match.
was over Dickinson, huh?
Tough match. Very tough match. You may see a switch on that eventually if Liddell keeps ringing the bell.
Michigan took care of Rutgers on Thursday by 7. First game at home for the Wolverines in over a month.
Everybody's staying at home because of the outside shooting.
This right inside there, ball turned over, picked up by Liddell, and they go inside. Young with a fake, and he gets the 2.
Just all about effort. Young runs rim to rim. Nice little patience on the offensive end. Good delivery.
Michigan on the road has gone 4-1, and of course most people familiar with the story. They missed 23 days with COVID protocol, the entire athletic department shutting down. Smith with a 17-footer and a miss.
And look who's there for the Arns contributing.
Arns is their 3-point shooter. He has been terrific. He draws a lot of attention working on the perimeter. There he is on the left side, and here is Liddell. That's a 3.
Nice collapse to the defense with the bounce for the open look. This is the guy that's got to get going, I think, for Michigan. Livers. Very unselfish performer, can hurt you in so many areas.
Only had 7 points against Rutgers. That's Eli Brooks with a 3, and he puts it up and in. Led him a year ago. The steady performer, not in that role necessarily this year, but boy, has his senior leadership been huge.
He also can play the point as well if they take Smith out, but a nice extra look by Livers.
Ohio State won at Penn State Thursday, a very physical game. Look at the drive inside right there by Sewing.
Here's the meat and potato guy, Young. You got to keep him off the glass.
Young is not 100%. They go inside. Tough acrobatic basket right there by Washington.
He can make that 3, so he's going to be able to put it on the deck and blow by.
Rivers trying to get free. Now they give it off.
Little steps. He's on the little roller skates of his own. Really talented kid, Wagner.
Another turnover with a look there at Juwan Howard, his 2nd season. He had never been a head coach before. But last year led him to a 19-win season. Now they're 15-1, and he's got, by the way, the #1 recruiting class coming to Ann Arbor next year.
Of course, talking to his players, telling us about the passion he has for Michigan and them.
Sewing got a screen. And it's loose inside, and Brooks will dig it out. 2 consecutive wins for the Wolverines on the road.
And both teams are very good getting back, protecting.
Here's Dickinson.
Late double.
Quick double.
And open up an opportunity.
Brooks again, 3. Got
This kid.
Wow, what a stroke.
Time provider, huh? Where they can spread the floor, can drill the deep shot. Closeouts have to be quick and strong.
And how about the last 2 games? Brooks has only gone 3 of 16 for the Wolverines. Here he has hit his first 2, and they've been from distance.
The coach's son knows how to play.
He does indeed.
And suing out of Cal. Kid who can make threes, loves to go to his left.
Shot clock at 7 over Brooks. Beautiful hit outside once again. Washington.
Can he hunt a shot, this kid?
Wow.
Woo! Loves his offense. Big time delivery.
Second leading scorer for the Buckeyes from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Dwayne Washington. And he's taken the most threes and made the most threes. Hit the most threes for the Buckeyes this season.
Liddell with a double. Young helps him.
Livers had that open baseline. Counted for 2 and a foul with a good-looking drive by Isaiah Livers.
I think Young actually overhelped, and on the closeout was committed. Nice little read, little drive. See the closeout? A little too strong, and big time. We know this kid can make the outside shot. I just love his game. Both ends of the floor, totally committed.
Livers with a terrific move. He has only missed 6 free throws the last 2 seasons. He's only missed 4 this year, and he nails it right there. And the Wolverines to within 1 of Ohio State.
Really not much of a feeling out process here. Both going a little overload, something that they like to do to Ohio State, some misdirection. Big thing this game for both clubs, they're excellent cutting. So if you make a mistake and ball watch, you get open looks.
Liddell. Altered perhaps by the quick feet of the freshman center. 7-1. Hunter Dickinson.
Got to play it.
Livers with a 3. Picked up by Young, who's got the highest plus-minus of any Buckeye.
Now, one thing about Michigan, the forwards and wings can bring the basketball up on a rebound. A little bit of a zone look here. Watch for offensive rebounding. Look at that step.
Green.
You dodge one when Orange doesn't make it.
In the offensive rebound, Liddell. Wagner poking it away. On the wing, they had Sewing. So we've got 9 apiece for Michigan and Ohio State. They missed the football game, and this is a pretty good substitute on CBS. Well, there have been a lot of meetings. They began this rivalry back in 1909, and you can see the times the teams have been in the top 5 and what they've done over the career with each program. But the first time they have met, Bill, and especially in this day and age when rankings and everything, and now we got projected #1 seeds by the committee, and each were in that category a week ago.
I didn't attend that early game, obviously, that first game they performed. Chris called the GOAT by C.J. Walker. We should see him shortly on the floor. Runs the show. Should be a good matchup with Ian Smith. This 2-3 zone. Michigan did this against Minnesota early in the year as well. Probably because of the coverage, particularly of Dickinson. He used to come out in the zone a little tardy, a little late, and you pay dearly.
There's another 3. The second by the Bucks. That's put in by E.J. Liddell. Implications in the Big Ten regular season with this one. Ohio State, Washington's got 5. Brooks has got 6. A floater inside Mike Smith. The transfer from Columbia and out of bounds and off the Buckeyes.
Smith had 2 good looks. Of course, the other end, that 2-3 zone, they really didn't communicate, not as comfortable in it. Nobody pointing. All of a sudden, Dickinson a little bit late. You little nylon for the big fella. Can move that cargo deep and beat you inside as well.
Here we have Zed Key checking in, a freshman from Bay Shore, New York, for the Buckeyes. Bill, one of the big questions coming in was how Ohio State was going to defend the post and work on Dickinson.
And encounter that nice little curl here by Livers.
Losing it inside, and now Livers has started the game 1 of 3 with the ball. C.J. Walker sat out last year, Florida State transfer. Young on top, not playing 100%.
Does a nice job, Kevin. That low post area seals his guy.
Washington and Smith.
Loves that left swing.
With a whistle.
A 3-second violation. We haven't seen one of those in a while. And a big dilemma as this progresses is the matchup for this guy, Dickinson, who guards him. Young's on him right now.
Outside, Shawnee Brown will put it up.
What a sub. What a valuable contributor this kid is. Got his 1,000th point combined with his past performance at Wake.
He was a 3-year starter at Wake Forest. May have been Wake Forest's best player.
Yeah.
Now he comes off the bench.
Pays to be nice to these kids on the opposing teams.
It does, with Washington missing. Dickinson right there. So the Wolverines have sustained the early rush by Ohio State, who counted on their offense and their bench in that win against Penn State on Thursday. Livers the fake, meets a couple, they'll reset.
Dickinson, one of those guys that makes passes out of here, but doesn't have a little jump hook.
Zed Key defending Hunter Dickinson that time.
Walker really good in the open floor. Knows a little bit of a turnover there, but very good usually finishing or finding.
Livers goes bulldozing and draws the foul. Went right into Kyle Young, who takes a lot of hits like that.
He is so tough. Plays hurt all year. Just amazing footwork, gives it all. Anything loose, gets after. Good defensively, screens. I don't know about that. Maybe a little bit of movement. Livers doesn't agree with it easier, but I just love this kid's effort.
There's a look at Livers. Right now he'll be on Young. They've got Brooks on Walker with a Key screen.
Davis on the floor now, so it's a nice matchup for him with Key.
Austin Davis comes in, 5th-year senior, defending right there. Wagner's defense, the quick hands. They're playing a little game of twister, and out of bounds it goes. And the shot clock at 6 with good defense by Michigan.
They're really solid in the offensive end. So he's struggling a little bit with his dribble game. And Wagner, he and Mo spent a lot of time together during this pandemic, lifting weights and doing some personal exercises.
Outside, Washington. Shot clock at 3. Defended by Brown. Takes it right to the rack. Dwayne Washington with 7.
This kid is talented. Not afraid of the moment. Loves big shots.
Supreme confidence, too. Here's Brown. Smashing inside. The bump into Arns, and out of bounds it goes. Deflected by the Bucks, and 18 seconds on the shot clock. Key
nice job
there
by Key, but on this other end, when you can shoot the 3, you own that guy. Brown is really a good defender. A little blow by with some confidence.
Washington had 21 against Penn State on Thursday. 6 of 9 from the floor.
He's had a lot of big nights. He's a cold-blooded offensive player, this kid.
He is indeed.
Nice little pin down.
Wagner, Livers, 3 over Young. And picked up inside by the guard, C.J. Walker.
Wagner should have taken that open look. Nice entry.
Nice defense. Livers there, shutting the door on Young.
And you got a hug Arms. Nice entry here as well.
Here comes Key.
A little hook game here.
You brought it, Bill. Here he goes,
tough
right
kid.
Down the hatch.
A real nice sub in support of Liddell.
His development has been very important for Ohio State this season. Only played 4 minutes against Penn State the other night. Now he comes out with a little bit of a hedge.
Boy, they are really well prepared. That little dribble handoff. Nice footwork by the big fella.
Nice entry pass, too.
Sure was. Nice slip. Davis, really a solid backup.
Outside they go. Here comes Walker. Makes a move on Brooks. Got the Key screen. Shot clock at 9.
Gotta go. Better hands right here.
Way outside. Wow, what a shot. He has got the stroke this afternoon. Dwayne Washington.
He just really excels at this end of the floor.
Wow.
Can't give him much space, and then he puts it on the deck with the best of them.
He's got 10. He averages 15. He is off to the races, and a 5-point lead by the Ohio State Buckeyes. Their biggest lead. And there's a foul called.
I think they may have got Walker on a little bit of a hole, but getting it inside so important for these teams. The ability to use either hand. The big fella out of New York, looming large, and why not? Washington, nylon, with some confidence.
Two of the top three teams in the best conference in college basketball. Time now for Inside March Madness, presented by Buick. As you can take a look, we've got teams that a week ago in the mock tournament put up by the committee both got #1 seeds, and that was big.
It's unbelievable because Illinois looming large in the background as well. And
yes.
You raised in Wisconsin.
Yes.
Can you remember the league being this tough and deep ever?
I think it's clearly the biggest imprint they've probably made, with the towel now being worn in tribute to the late John Thompson. Coaches all over college basketball this week recognizing what John stood for, how he coached, his success as a coach and as a person.
I paid homage to him by giving him a lot of wins, and of course so much respect for what he did for people on and off the floor. Just an amazing human being.
Brandon Johns is checked in for the Wolverines on the wing. Brown, three. Bucket.
That experience. And Johns is really stepping up too. I think he's really improved his range. He can put it on the deck as well. Good size at 6'8". But I go back to Robin Freeman following this league.
Wow.
Jerry Lucas, of course, Cassie. And I'm old enough to even remember Clark Kellogg playing. And I don't think I've ever seen it this deep. Every night, no matter who you're playing, you better be ready.
Young going inside, ball knocked away. Eugene Brown is checked in for the Buckeyes. In this two-point game, Ohio State's led by 5. Watch Young again, Davis defending.
This kid really goes to the basket, no question about it. Didn't finish that particular opportunity, but puts a lot of pressure on it. What I love is the signals from the bench. Chris Holtman lets Young know what they want to run.
Liddell comes in for Key. Liddell's on that Naismith Trophy watch group right now as they work inside, out of bounds. As he was turning the corner, the Florida State transfer C.J. Walker, who is playing starter minutes coming off the bench, though.
He loves it. He's really comfortable with it, can analyze the game a little bit, then come in. He talked about Justice Suing, too, when he was running the point and Walker had that broken hand.
Yes.
That he advised him how to run a show because it was such a mentality of scoring, and getting others involved was more important.
Buckeyes have won 2 straight and 5 of 7 against the Wolverines. They haven't won 3 straight against Michigan since 2012. 4 straight losses in Columbus for Michigan.
Wagner's got to get going a little bit. He's not as offensive-minded. Kid is really talented. A little dribble drive might get him going.
Johns works inside into Towns, who just comes off the bench, and Seth Towns, the grad transfer from Harvard.
A pretty good job defensively. He's pretty good with the 3, the dribble, the pull-up.
Ohio State shooting 53% right now. Michigan at 40%.
Here's the cut.
Suing Orange would put up a 3, missed it all. Down goes Davis, out of bounds. And Michigan the other way.
And Kevin, that's the first time they were caught ball watching. Orange got a good look. Both of these clubs cut. You sneak a peek, you pay dearly.
Now here's Mike Smith. He has been huge. He had a terrific night against Rutgers with 12 points and hit 4 shots.
And he has sacrificed his game for the better of the team, running the show. Averaged 19 shots at Columbia.
Dickinson back in, outside, Brown 3. He gets another.
How about that?
Wow.
Open it up for the big guys, too. He can make that shot.
Best player at Wake Forest, 1,000-point scorer. Shawnee Brown puts it up and in, the senior from Orlando. And now he has got 9 to lead the Wolverines.
Chris not really happy with that coverage.
No.
Interesting
by 1.
C.J. Walker calling Chris Holtman the GOAT. Did you hear that yesterday?
Yes.
Greatest of all time. He's really good, but he's going to be around a long time.
Saw the Wolverines and Juwan Howard going to Wisconsin last week after they were off for 23 days. First lead right now for Michigan at 1. And last week, Michigan came from behind, down by 14 to beat the Badgers in Madison.
And we got a little John with the bench. Phil's just trying to control the game, the temperament.
Towns. Justice Sewing, junior from Honolulu.
Dickinson has to go way out on the floor. Should open up some things at the rim with Liddell out there. A little dribble drive wouldn't hurt. Settles.
It's over Johns. And picked up by Mike Smith, #1 assist man in the Big Ten Conference.
Smith does a great job. What a dish.
Oh, what a play.
He is clever.
And Dickinson finished with a great screen to open up that movement.
Active without the basketball. Of course, Smith, just a little screen. Almost looks like our open. Wow. Big fella. Big time. Out of the Matha. Smith out of the Ivies to the big time.
8-0 run for the Michigan Wolverines. Now you can see the Michigan bench has been effective so far in the three-point shooting of Johnny Brown. He's got 9 with 3 threes. Washington has got 10, Bill, for the Buckeyes.
Hey, Johnny Brown, there's a kid at Creighton, Damian Jefferson, that reminds me of Brown. They play so hard, can make threes, put it on the deck. But right now, Michigan, a little nice feel on the offensive flow, a little ball screen. Dickinson's got to be busy, I think, to help them. They haven't run that back screen pop either to get Dickinson to the low block area.
We have the number 3 and 4 teams ranked in college basketball in this one right here. By the way, Michigan is scheduled to finish with 17 Big Ten games, Bill. Buckeyes will play 20 if the schedule plays out. If Ohio State wins out, the Wolverines would have to lose 2 more of their final 5 to have their winning percentage drop enough for Ohio State to win the regular season. Winning percentage looks to be the factor that the conference is going to use to declare a regular season champion.
They're going to have a rush of games. There's that little 2-3 zone again. Nice little cut and follow.
Liddell over Dickinson.
How about that? Just needs a little space. Turn square. Knock it down.
E.J. Liddell, the 2-time Mr. Basketball in Illinois. Only Jabari Parker has the distinction of winning it twice.
In fairness, that's a tough cover for Dickinson, even in the zone. Empty side.
Smith, screen from Dickinson, got it to go. Mike Smith with a 3.
Well, this kid is a confident player. Should be a heck of a matchup at the point guard position.
Well, Michigan started 4-12. They've gone 5 of 6 since, and a lot of those are 3s.
Yeah, they go in the zone because they don't like their matchups.
That's a fadeaway. Sewing can hit. Another offensive rebound. Liddell, he's got a couple outside. C.J. Walker trains a triple.
He's starting to shoot it much better. Struggled a little bit on and off. 9 for 33 from 3 right now at 25% coming in.
13 points at Penn State on Thursday.
Nice pass and entry, but the big fella doesn't finish.
Dickinson tries to get it 3 times a charm. Right there, he puts it up and in.
Yeah, Liddell took the high side, sold out a little drop step jam.
Dickinson 6 times this season, including this week, the Big Ten Freshman of the Week. That says something in this conference.
Still in some clock here with this 2-3 zone. Taking away the individual abilities. Got a pass, cut, fill the spots.
Washington outside.
Good pursuit.
A 3rd offensive rebound. Liddell over Dickinson. Got it to go. What a play.
This kid is a big-time performer. Great attitude. Very professional.
23 for the Bucks. Against Penn State on Thursday. Leads him in scoring. Liddell does. He's from Bellevue, Illinois.
Of course, that zone gives up some opportunities on the offense. A nice screen. John's at the rim. That's what this kid does, Hunter Dickinson. Does so many little things that don't show in the box score.
Last week it was the offensive rebounding late against the Wisconsin Badgers that gave him second chance points. That's where Michigan was thriving. 3-point lead for the Wolverines. Under 6 to go in the first half.
And screening the zone gives this open opportunity.
Washington weaves for 2.
How about that?
Shot so well last 2 games coming into this one. 10 of 17. It's 5 of 7 here this afternoon.
Little run out ball screen. Got to play your own guy or they will find like that.
Smith to Dickinson. Well, that's been a nice pair today.
They sure do. Ohio State trying to string it out a little, not covering the dive guy.
Smith already with 3 assists. The average is 5.
Back to man now.
Another shot outside Washington. Picked up by Dickinson.
A little bit of a quick jack. Got to go through Liddell a little bit more.
Mike Smith, who led the Ivy League in scoring a season ago, he'll put up a three. Bullseye. Ooh, wow. The three-point shooting for the Wolverine.
The transfer portal has been kind. They got old quick and a little style.
Lead for Michigan right now is at 6, their biggest. Wolverines are shooting 54%, 50% shooting for the Buckeyes. Nice fake. Here's the drive and up and down for 2. Count it. What a play right there by Seth Downs.
And when you can shoot, and that's the rep on this kid, you draw that D, put it on the deck. Nice avoidance of the charge at the rim.
Foul goes on Mike Smith of Michigan.
A little kiss on a Sunday afternoon. Big time finish. Open middle. An opportunity.
Towns has had some injury problems just the last couple seasons due to an injured knee. Those were at Harvard, graduated, transferred to Ohio State, and here he is playing for the Buckeyes and an important player for them.
He heard of the Penn State game last game too on the fall. I was considering Harvard.
I graduated from Harvard.
They weren't considering me, but I was considering them, obviously.
The Harvard of the Midwest. Young will check back in. Both teams like to use their benches. Michigan's bench has scored well. Hobbled by Brooks. That's a turnover for the senior.
And who's in the mix there? Young, always around.
Always.
Contributes in any way he can. Buckeyes
have won 3 consecutive games at home. And they've won 6 straight road games, so they are playing very well right now with an 18-4 record overall in the conference. 12-4, and they take it down with Walker, who gives to Young, who's picked up by Livers.
And Michi Johnson on the floor as well. So they've got 2 point guards. Not as effective from deep.
Nice drive. Wow, what a play. Again, they take it inside. E.J. Liddell working on Austin Davis.
He is just a nightmare matchup. There's so many areas of the floor that he can perform admirably. This is the little dribble drive on Davis, who's unaccustomed and uncomfortable that deep from the basket.
We asked Liddell yesterday when we were talking to him, Bill, about this team. What kind of a headline would he give the team? He said selfless. So the first time we got together, I knew we were going to be good just with the character that was in the locker room alone.
And he's got great work habits. The improvement from last year. Of course, out of that St. Louis area. Smiled when I brought LaFonso Ellis's name up, of course. Yes. Great Notre Dame player. He was saying his team has no ego. I thought that was really impressive.
Yes.
All about winning.
So Liddell has 11. 12 for Washington. They lead the Ohio State Buckeyes. No one double figures for Michigan. It's spread out. 9 for Brown is on top. And this is Wagner, and he has been quiet with no points. And he averages 12 a game for the Wolverines. Michi Johnson tries to defend, and outside they go. A shot missed by Wagner and picked up with the rebound by Sewing.
You see Wagner put it on the deck, at least get to the free throw line a little bit. Look at these deep post-up key. That big wide body comes up empty.
Right into Davis, who is giving some resistance. In the corner, Livers, 3 from Smith. Bullseye, got it again.
Boy, Smith just puts pressure on him with the bounce.
Livers now beginning to pick up his pace. First 3 right there from him. 6 points, 8 threes for Michigan, 4 for Ohio State.
Look at Livers working on the D. That's why I love him. Helps his teammates, covers for them, plays his own.
Crossovers, Walker. Got to go from 14.
Little magic from the little guy. Of course, he knew Chris Holtman from recruiting for Butler.
Right.
I thought that was pretty interesting.
Transfers to Ohio State, wanted to be closer to his family. He's from Indianapolis. Smith will scoop it up and off. And picked up by Key, and here comes Walker the other way. The guy we're just talking about averages 9 a game. Works on Wagner, who's got nice defensive tools. That's Michi Johnson. A nice shot outside.
Confidence too, reclassified.
That was a good-looking stroke. He's only played in 11 games coming into today.
They don't go deep anymore. You haven't seen Eugene Brown. He played against Penn State, can make a 3.
Rivers again, popping a triple.
There you go. He's the load. He is a load, Kevin.
He needs something.
Just love this kid's attitude. Plays both ends of the floor. Major contributor.
Both teams are shooting 53%. Not a game we expected. Boy, the shooting has been right on target. A lot of intensity. Screen by Key. Drive by Walker. Puts one up and in again. C.J. Walker connects.
He's got a middle game. Gets to the rim. You turn your head. He finds people. A quick timeout here.
Walker's got 7. The Wolverines and the Buckeyes. A beauty in Columbus on CBS. Back in Columbus, coming up on the AT&T at the half, Adam, Clark, and Seth break down our first half, have highlights from today's earlier action, and speculate on the teams on the rise. Coming up, Bill, on the AT&T at the half.
Better be the hunter than the hunted, and why not? Cross court, skip pass by the big fella. A little pick and dive. The ability to finish at the rim. Pretty active here. Misses the first. A little stick-to-itiveness. What a great attitude, particularly on that offensive end. His team play is exceptional.
Mentioned earlier, he is a 6-time recipient, including this week, of the Freshman of the Week in the rugged Big Ten. Freshman from Alexandria, Virginia, went to DeMatha Catholic High School. 7'1", Hunter Dickinson, class president, Maryland High School Player of the Year. I mean, he's done it all. In this game, Bill, Michigan plus 12 points on threes. The Buckeyes are plus 8 in second chance points, and there we sit at 40 apiece.
Nice job with the place. Look at the hoop here. This is where he's good. What a feed. He may have been called for a charge, though. A nice read off the ball. Suing. Struggle on the offensive end with a great read, but that's what you need from Wagner. A little attack mode.
Johnny Brown is checked in for the Wolverines. Foul. Wagner, who's got a 3rd turnover. Wagner will pick up the foul. 2 teams with their aim on a conference championship battling here today in the #1 rated conference in college basketball, the Big Ten.
This is where you got to stay alert. Nice. He didn't stay alert. Liddell took a particular look from the low box. You know, a great read. But the activity will get lost in this game.
Liddell has 14 points on 7 shots. He's got 2 threes. He's right on the money. Wagner outside. He finally hits his shot. Averages 12. He's got 3.
That should be a confidence builder for this kid.
You think so, right?
Really talented.
Buckeyes are 10-1 at home this season. Purdue is the only loss they've had in Columbus. Final 60 seconds of the first half.
Notice how they lift Dickinson for the blow by here. Nice little counter on a big guy.
Dickinson makes the move defensively. Liddell couldn't get it. And here comes Michigan. Brooks began the game with a couple threes. Kind of got the Wolverines settled down. Brown, Dickinson, defended by Young. Grinding, bulldozing, foul.
He's checking. He's like an old pro now.
Dickinson picks it up.
They get on there. This is a good scouting report, too. He really loves come back to that shoulder, that right shoulder. Young not giving any ground. And look at this, a little bit of refereeing, too, out of DeMatha.
Thing about young Billy's battled lower leg injuries all season long. Did it last year, too.
He's one of the toughest guys, according to Chris Holtman, that he has coached.
They call him their glue, the guy that keeps them together. You can see is Walker working on Brooks. Shot clock at 7, looking for a screen. Switch on D. Livers is on Walker. Poked away by Wagner. Picked up by Washington. Short on the shot with 8 seconds to go.
A pretty good preparation on that double high ball screen. That's usually a pick and a roll.
Ohio State offense is number 3 in all of college basketball. Here they bring in Eugene Brown for a second time, the freshman from Conyers, Georgia.
Chris done a nice job getting Liddell out, making sure he has that 1 foul for the half.
Good point. Wagner has Young on him. Brooks will penetrate and scoop it home, and a big play right there at the buzzer.
And how about Dickinson keeping his guys active, and a little blow by to number 5. Brooks can play off the ball or the point, and this is a little hold off by ensuing. Little simple little delivery at the rim. Real solid offensive scheme.
Well, we've got the 3rd and the 4th ranked teams in college basketball battling. Seniors on both sides. Great leadership, tremendous depth. 5 ties, 5 lead changes, and a 2-point Wolverine lead at halftime. That's the end of the first half. We'll send you to Adam Zucker in New York with the AT&T at the half after these messages on CBS Sports. Let's take a look at the first half stats. We've got Michigan up by 2. They've led by as many as 6. And the Buckeyes have led by as many as 5. And Bill, it's been a couple of transfers for the Wolverines that have made an impact.
Well, older is wiser. That's what they once told me, and frequently better. And in this case, great contributions. A little hide and seek drill by Smith, pushing the ball, putting pressure on the defense, finding guys, delivers with a little nylon, and counter that with great ball movement. Shawnee Brown gets him organized and knocks him down. Nice extra pass. Whew, get the puppies and drill it.
10 of 13 three-point shooting for Ohio State. That's pretty good.
Well, the biggest thing I think is the Liddell matchup for Michigan. What do they do? Can they continue to have Dickinson play him? And the big thing, 1 free throw for Michigan. They average 17 free throws. They're going to put it on the deck and get to that foul line.
Clark Kellogg had said for the Buckeyes it were threes and free throws. And that has not happened so far for them. They are hitting their threes, but the free throw has been different. And here we have Walker starting as the point to begin the second half for Ohio State.
And still the same matchup. Dickinson on Liddell, and they move him outside. Nice little screen by Young.
2 teams with an eye on the top seed in the NCAA tournament. Liddell, 3 over Dickinson. Got it again. 17 for Liddell.
Unbelievable. Dickinson doesn't have the foot speed to cover him. That's got to be considered.
Mike Smith, Dickinson trying to set a screen. No, Dickinson left wide open because they went and they hedged up top. And a foul as Liddell got a little too physical inside with the Michigan big man.
He really does do a great job getting free, but the real tough match for him. Close out late, even though he's taller. And this kid has a good, quick jack. And because of his activity, Dickinson, terrific screener. Really jump. The way he bangs people on that screen, too, in a legal fashion. Nice little dive to the rim by the big fella.
Last time Michigan won in Columbus, February 2014. That's 7 years ago. But Michigan, Bill, brings in the number 7 ranked and rated offense in college basketball, and the number 7 defense, one of 3 teams, including Baylor and Gonzaga, that are in that very elite category.
You are watching 2 elite programs, no question about it. Little 3/4 court, little pressure now. Better fall back because they will quick hit if they have to, particularly with the ball in this guy's hand. Walker, excellent at getting to the rim.
As Ohio State offense, the number 3 rated offense in all of college basketball, too. Here's Liddell, who has had the hot hand. Walker will start, drives inside, stops on a dime, and knocks that over Mike Smith.
Great feel for the game. Really knows when to pull it up, when to jack it, when to get others involved. And these 2 have played against one another in AAU. These 2.
Yes, they have.
Yeah.
Another high screen there by Dickinson. Here is Wagner. He has been unusually quiet.
Where I would go. Keep this guy involved in the game. Makes good passes, good decisions, and maybe get Liddell in foul trouble.
Nice cross court, and then Smith answers. What a pass by the big man.
Well, he's got a great feel, good understanding. And Smith, sacrificing for the common good. So all I want to do is win. I don't care if I score. Well, today, he's ringing a bell.
We told you he leads. Smith does, number 12 there for Michigan, as Walker takes him inside. Can't get it. Young couldn't grab it, and Wagner is there. Smith, number 1 in assists in the Big Ten. He's got 8 points, and he averaged over 22 points a game in the Ivy League a year ago.
Boy, Dickinson just bangs people legally. Jarring.
Brooks will take it in, scooping it off, and picked up by Liddell. He's got 5 rebounds so far.
Boy, Liddell's going to have a bright future. There's so many tough things at that rim. Nice try.
Come on, Washington. He can do a lot too, can he?
What a great offensive mind, this kid. And confidence to boot.
Washington is one of the big reasons why the Buckeyes have had this kind of season. His uncle is Derek Fisher, who played in the NBA for 13 years, mainly with the Lakers. as a champion. And here comes Brooks on the wing.
Wagner had to bring that dribble over a little more to get this entry pass to the big guy.
And Liddell's on Dickinson, right?
And Liddell, this kid can be very tough at that block. Given so many inches.
Michigan, #1 field goal defense in the conference, which says a lot about this conference.
A little high-low action here.
Washington for 3. And picked up by Dickinson, out to Wagner. Now the Wolverines are running. One of the few times defense not set. Brooks 3 at the other end.
How about unselfish by Wagner, too? They run to those corners. This time Brooks. Occasionally it's Livers. And we've seen Brown knock him down as well.
Big lead for the Wolverines has been 6, up now by 4.
Got to get back and identify. A little post rub.
Liddell, Dickinson there.
What a pretty step back.
He just moved so quickly. Great footwork. Rebound by Mike Smith. He averaged 19 shots last year as a player at Columbia. This year he averages 6. Nice fake. Wagner across the lane. Open 3, Smith. And pick up
selfish they are, though. Boy, they've gotten some really clean looks with that dribble drive.
As we said to start things off, first time that Ohio State and Michigan have met as top 5 ranked opponents in a series that dates back to 1909. And playing a beauty here. Young across, had to fight for position, and inside, Wagner couldn't grab it. Lassoing it inside is Brooks. Screen. They'll stay on the same defense, and we haven't seen as much switching, Bill, as I thought we might this afternoon.
Really straight up. Even on ball screens, when they string it out, Michigan having to get those mid-area jumpers, Ohio State.
Young is on Livers, and we were wondering who they were going to put on Livers in terms of...
Look at this help.
Yeah, nice knockaway right there. Suing, huh?
Really alert. Both of these teams so attuned on that defensive end.
Washington will take it in. Brooks is defending, and there's the deuce inside for Dwayne Washington.
That's the advantage of having Liddell on the floor. Lift everybody. Open opportunity at the rim. Nobody to negate.
Washington with 16 points. He's got 5 20-plus scoring games this season, including a 21-point performance at Penn State, as we mentioned earlier. Nice fake. Smith feeds. Livers teeing it up for 3. And picked inside by Liddell. Shoved by Wagner, who picks up the Michigan foul. It's a 2-point game. A little more than 5 minutes into the second half on CBS. Michigan by 2. They've led by 6. Bucks have led by as many as 5. A look now at the fast analysis presented by AT&T 5G.
It's really been a fun game. Very enjoyable for everybody. I'm sure the ability to move the basketball, and particularly Liddell, a little down screen. The difficulty of Dickinson to cover him has really made it some terrific opportunities and just solid ball movement. And Liddell's showing you how good he really is.
So, Bill, we've got a late February game, a matchup of 2 highly ranked teams with their only meeting in the regular season. Michigan is plus 16 points from 3. A couple of seniors, guys that have transferred in, each with 3. That includes Brown. Smith has been shooting well. And Ohio State has Liddell with 17 points, one of the best sophomores in college basketball.
Of course, Michigan doing a really nice job with Dickinson doing a lot of screening. Once again, that little 3/4 court pressure, make them use some clock, slow them down a little bit. Ohio State's not the kind of club that's really going to attack you unless it opens up quickly.
John Beilein was talking about Michigan, his old team. He said, we know they have offense, but now they've got some defense, too. It's showing.
There's that zone again, Kev. Trying to match up a little bit.
As both teams are on their game and inside. Nice little move by Suing.
This kid's got some talent, no question about it. He was quiet that first half. Powerful at 6'6". Ran some point when Walker was out. Very confident in that 3-second lane as well. Power at the 10. You can just see Brooks giving maybe 3-4 inches, a little plumb bob delivery.
Suing with just 2 points. And he averages 10. He's one of the most important players for Ohio State, certainly. And you can see he has just given the Bucks a 1-point lead. We're approaching 14 to play. Michigan off to their best conference start since 76-77, 44 years. There's a whistle outside. Wagner, step back three with another whistle. And a foul on the Bucks.
Interesting, Young posting defensively on Dickinson. Thought they might go inside, but Wagner on that attempt was nicked.
So we just talked about Michigan, their terrific 10-1 conference start. Ohio State, you see Wagner right here.
Yeah, close out a little, carrying that momentum forward, skip in there or jump stop.
Sewing picks up the foul. He's got one. And Ohio Stateville has already won more in the Big Ten Conference this season with their 12 wins than they have all of last year when they had 11. With another free throw coming the way of Wagner. 85% from the stripe with a look at Chris Holtman. Fourth year, he's the Big Ten Coach of the Year for the Buckeyes back in 2018. He was at Butler, of course. He was the Big East Coach of the Year there, 3 years with Butler. 5 straight NCAA tournaments.
Big South Coach of the Year. He doesn't take the job unless he's going to be Coach of the Year.
Highly decorated. 2-point Michigan lead here.
Once again, a little match.
Nice fake by Liddell. Now they got Wagner on him.
Nice kick.
Walker, 3. And Liddell with his 4th offensive rebound. He's been great on the offensive glass. The bump right there. Oh, he came down wrong on that left ankle.
Well, he really didn't have to turn, but that's his body weight, too. He's punished for his strength. A nice heads-up play by Wagner. Selling a little bit. He was prepared. A little theatrics, maybe. But, boy, is he imposing in that low post area. I think when he hits you, you may miss kindergarten.
Yes. So Liddell. He'll pick up the foul. Nice move inside. Dickinson got it with a terrific entry pass, and 2 right there for the Wolverines, up by 4.
This is isn't one of Wagner's great offensive games, excepting contributing beautifully with his passing.
Wagner had the assist on that last play. Up and down it goes. Washington scores again.
Just the ability to move people around keeps that available at the rim. Stretching the bigs away from the rim, you can just see. Collapsing a little bit late, a little tardy. Dickinson on the outside looking in.
18 points for Washington, 17 for Liddell. So they've scored 35 combined of the 57 for the Buckeyes, and Liddell with a little bit of a hobble there as he takes it to the bench. 19 for Washington.
It looks like they're not attending to him on the sideline, though, which is a good sign.
Here comes Wagner, picked up by Key, just off the Buckeye bench. In the corner, Brooks hit a couple early threes.
Dickinson at the rim, even though there's a mismatch, might get an offensive rebound.
Brooks, 3. Young is there. Washington the other way. And into Keys, spinning on Dickinson. Freshman against freshman.
Key, very good ceiling. Of course, the defense didn't bite on him.
It's Walker, and the shot clock is at 10. Working on Wagner. The pull-up from about 13 feet away gives Ohio State the lead.
Just those distance. What he can deliver. A little knockout punch by the little guy.
Walker's got 11 on 7 shots. Here's Smith. Switch, Keys on him, Livers on top, picked up by Sewing, inside, outside, Wagner, tees up a 3, and picked up inside by Walker.
Dickinson's so unselfish, really. He's got to make some quick moves before that defense collapses.
So take a look at our shooting in this first half and second. Only meeting this season between Ohio State and Michigan. Driving, shooting, scoring with a little teardrop is Dwayne Washington.
They're playing small and effectively. And just really good use of the bounce attacking the rim.
Terrific game from Washington from Grand Rapids, Michigan. So he knows all about the Wolverines. 21 points for Washington. Liddell on the bench with 17. Dickinson with it. He's got 12. Takes a move. Trying to find some room. Carving his way. Dives on the floor. It's loose and vacuumed in. Shot clock at 6. They get it to Livers. The fake, the feed, and that is a Smith three. He can't get it. Wagner an offensive rebound. Livers will drive and met at the rim that time by Key.
Oh, I just love the activity. This is big-time basketball, folks. Sit back and enjoy. Should have a fun ending.
A 7-0 run by the Buckeyes. The injured Liddell, we think, getting some resting time now on that Buckeye bench. Watch when he comes down here, Bill, on Wagner.
And it just incidental contact, too. Just tweaked it a little bit. Walking gingerly, went to the bench. They really didn't attend to him, so I think he's fine. I think just the 3 fouls is the reason he's out at this point.
Big lead for the Buckeyes has been 5. Dwayne Washington has 21 points. His career high is 23 for Chris Holtmann. He's averaging 15 a game, so he's already well above his average. Michigan, it was 10 of 13, shooting threes in the first half, 1 of 6. Shooting threes here in the second. Livers is at the line where he rarely misses.
Just imagine Ohio State, I think they were picked 7th in the conference. The job that they have done for Chris with this program.
Don't you hear that statistic, though, in a lot of conferences? You know, in the preseason, they were picked at number 5, and they finished number 1.
Well, people like you make the call. Like, hey,
no, it's not guys like me.
They don't contact me.
No,
nice little cross screen. America's play, screen to screener.
Suing, Young, Key is underneath.
Got that little hook game.
Look at that, you called it again. That time it will not drop. Austin Davis is in there fighting. Wagner comes out of the fray and goes off to the races for the Michigan Wolverines.
What a luxury to have these forwards dribble a basket, rebound, and push Wagner and Livers.
Both teams have very mobile forwards, front lines. Here's
Great
Davis,
footwork.
5th-year senior, pretty play.
Great footwork this kid has. Had been injured. Able to use the either hand, the offhand when necessary.
First time his top 5 ranked teams, Wolverines and Buckeyes, are matching. One at number 3, Michigan. Number 4, Ohio State. As good a game as we've had coming in, perhaps, arguably, this college basketball season.
Brooks is not leaving Orange. He hasn't had a clean look, hasn't played that many minutes.
Johnny Brown is in. Shot clock at 4. Into Young. Got it. Foul.
Nice little bailout pass. Young always in the right spot.
Wasn't that nice?
Very fortunate to come back with this, but this is where he is magical, I think. When he gets in that lane, anybody looks at him, he finds the cutter. That time, Young, the recipient.
Buckeyes from the free throw line today, 5 of 5. Michigan from the line, 6 of 8. Here is Kyle Young, 85% this year. A career 67% free throw shooter.
And the big thing with Orange on the floor, too, you got to stay honest. You got to hug him. Opens up passing lanes, driving lanes. You can't help from him at all.
Brooks double.
Pretty look.
Into Davis, and across him went Justice Suing or Young. They were both right there defending with a foul on the Buckeyes.
This is a small group. Key at about 6'7". Take advantage of Davis on the block. He's unselfish as well.
Young picks it up. His first.
Nice.
Brown, nice fake. Open for that mid-ranger.
Experience.
These transfers have been absolutely outstanding. Mike Smith at the point. Brown. Can't be overstated enough how important these guys have been to the Michigan program.
Yeah, big time. Really understand the moment. Nice defense here. This time by Brooks.
4 on 2 it was. What a feed and a good finish by Brown. Timeout. Nope, they're going to keep it going. We're tied at 65.
Oh, Wagner, what a playmaker he is.
He's had a couple of assists now in the second half. 4 for the game from Franz Wagner, who's the younger brother of Mo.
It's potent. It's all off the deck here. Without Liddell on the floor.
Oh, nice entry pass to Key, and they're battling with Wagner. Here's the defense and the rebounding. Johns gets the rebound for Michigan. They come the other way. 9 to play in the second half.
Even there, Wagner got the tip to Johns. Just solid.
Brooks.
Little shuffle cut, ball screen.
Second 10, Wagner to the rack. Young and Key are there with the Buckeye defense.
He loves that running right hook, but on the other end, the ability to pump and get him to bite. This is nylon. At a wake. And big time alert today. Nice denial by Brooks. The little run out. Watch this extra little look. Just pretty. Fill the lane. What old-time religion with the layup.
At the free throw line, Franz Wagner, a career starter. He's only a sophomore. They're going to go to the bench, and Dwayne Washington will, after a breather, check back in for the Buckeyes. Wagner 85% from the free throw line. With Liddell back in, and we'll see how springy he is as he is back on the floor. Washington with the ball.
And Davis has got the match too. He'll be dragged away from the hoop. Gives other guys opportunities. That's that little pin down dribble exchange.
Brooks knocked it away. It's going to take some time off that clock. We're down to 10. Brooks is on Washington. Nice screen, nope, fake, and a turnover right there for the Buckeyes. Here comes Wagner, the fake, the drive, and the deuce inside for Michigan.
That's a real Euro.
Yes, it was, yes.
Direct
in every sense of the word. He's from Berlin, Germany. Makes a great move and a 6-0 run for Michigan. With shooting in this game, both teams right around 55%. Has been terrific. You see the points off turnovers. Like the score, very close.
Scrape in the eye there, inadvertent. Wagner just doing whatever he can to help this basketball team. Both ends of the floor.
He's much more active in the second half. He's really
very much so.
Fingerprints on this one, isn't he? They're going to take a look at Dwayne Washington. Check him out. From Columbus, 2-point Michigan lead on CBS. Michigan by 2. The Big Ten Championship and Selection Sunday, 3 weeks away on the road to the Final Four. We've got the 3rd and 4th ranked teams in college basketball. They're taking a look at this play right here. Michigan on defense. Washington trying to get free.
Just inadvertent a basketball play. Check it out. Brooks does a solid job on this end of the floor. Plays bigger guys. Of course, when you play Washington, and a great offensive mind. Seems to be okay. The play on.
Wolverines have led by as many as 6. Buckeyes have led by as many as 5. Each team, Bill, in the mid-50s in terms of their shooting. It's been a close game. It's been a well-played game, and everything we were hoping for.
Ohio State, I think, has got to go through Liddell, particularly with the Davis matchup. You got to go quick.
Towns is now in for the Buckeyes. Here's Liddell. This time Brown is on him. 3rd different Wolverine to defend him. It began with Dickinson, then it was Wagner, and now it looks to be Shawnee Brown, the Wake Forest transfer. With it now, Mike Smith. Screen, switch.
He's Phil.
Johns.
He can make that.
Wide open 3. And picked up by the high-flying Liddell.
Although Liddell settled the last time, I think he drove his man.
Liddell with 9 rebounds, 5 on the offensive side. Got the feed, puts it up and in, squeezing the trigger for 2. And we are tied at 67.
Well, they are much better when he is active, moving his man, getting involved in situations like this, little ball slip, and a power at the 10. Big time adjustment too, a little hang time with that big body in motion. Whew.
Pocket pass right there. 3 assists by Washington. So here is Liddell at the line. Belleville West High School, Bellevue, Illinois. 1-point Buckeye lead, 9 ties, Bill, 17 lead changes in this game.
Almost as predicted. Get the big guy at the block here.
Out delivers.
He just got to beg a little bit.
Oversuing. Liddell's got Dickinson. With a spinner, a bump, and a drop.
He's got a soft little delivery.
He does.
And really nobody scraped down to help on Liddell or for Liddell.
Well, the footwork of these bigs for both teams have been fun to watch.
So polished.
Yes.
The old 5-star camp, UB Brown. Little drills for the big guys. They all do them now.
There's Liddell. Dickinson back on him and tried the reverse. Bodies on the floor. Foul on the play.
You see the disadvantage. Right now, just the 2 big guys. You can see what they're doing now. Liddell on this end of the floor, just spacing out a little bit, putting it on the deck and getting to the rim. And the other counter, Dickinson, give him some touches and force some situations where they may have to shade or double.
4 straight wins for the Wolverines, 7 consecutive wins for the Buckeyes. And again, as we've talked about a couple times, last week, the #1 seeds in a mock tournament revealed the bracket was by the committee. And these teams are both #1s along with Gonzaga and Baylor.
How about this Big Ten tournament? What a pleasure that is going to be for us and fans.
Brown 3-0. Boy, they've grown cold from distance in the second half after going 10 for 13. Michigan did in the first half.
It's inactive because of the mismatch.
Brooks outside, delivers the fake and the drive. Shot clock at 4 for the lead. And Smith
Look at this
big time rebound by Brown. Deflected inside. Dickinson's got it. Brooks, new shot clock on top. Livers tees one up from 3. Another miss. Another offensive rebound for Brown.
Unbelievable effort. They're going to have another team meeting, give them another ball. They gave him one for the 1,000-point activity and pursuit by number 15.
Shawnee Brown with 15 points, 3 rebounds, a couple of offensive grabs right there, huge. Offensive rebounding against Wisconsin a week ago in Madison was huge by Dickinson. Second chance points, big in this game.
They go to that little 2-3 match again. Uncomfortable with this matchup in the corner, Liddell and Dickinson.
Brooks is out on Washington. He'll penetrate and draw the double. Liddell, a 3.
Nice rebound.
Smith there to clean it up. Vacuums it in, and here he comes.
The speed and fine.
Brooks will take it in. Thicket of defenders. Dickinson will bulldoze inside. His reverse won't go. Gets it again. No. Look at the bodies on the floor like pins in a bowling alley.
Big Ten basketball.
Oh, my goodness.
Goodness gracious, and a good non-calling. I think they were signaling the initial pursuit of the rim. And look at this. Count them. Good. 4 guys on the deck. You don't think this game is important?
You know, we're not in March, but boy, it feels like March,
what a
doesn't
great
it?
feeling it is. Well, Juwan's got these guys ready to play too, as expected.
Young picks up the foul. Give him 2. Only player with 3 for the Buckeyes. 3 on Liddell. And no one with 3 for Michigan.
I really find it interesting. Both coaches living with the problem. The counter at the center spot.
Yes. Arns comes. He's been quiet today. Hasn't played as many.
Well, they've just hugged him. It's 4 against 4, really. They're not letting him get a touch, not leaving him.
Arns hasn't scored, and the average is 7, but it's his 3-point shooting, which people talk about because it spaces the floor so well. He's what they call gravitational pull, I think, is the way that Chris Holtman referred to Arns. Walker Liddell.
And this is the matchup I thought they might have. Livers on Liddell.
Push. Washington 3. Big shot. Down by 1. Buckeyes with 4.5 to go. Get that 3 from Washington, who now has 24.
He loves the moment, this kid. Not afraid of it either. Good strength. A little bit of discard he may have gotten rid of. But boy, does he get organized at 5. Whew.
Gave a warning on Eli Brooks of Michigan. New career high for Dwayne Washington with 24. Livers will step back. Liddell's out there on him. Young is on Dickinson. Down low, they got Mike Smith. Dickinson is there in a thicket. Oh, my goodness. He was in a torture chamber with all kinds of defensive traffic around, and he puts it down.
Well, what confidence you have to have. Smith just lobbed that bounce pass into the lane. The big fella banging it home.
Michigan by 3. They've led by 6. The drive right there by Walker. He was defended by Smith.
Well, this kid has really had a terrific basketball game. Whether it's an assist, the 3, look, a little hesitation here, and how about the pursuit of the rim? Not counting the house.
Yeah.
Big fella banging him down.
He draws a crowd, doesn't he?
He sure does. Hunter, hunting big time.
Well, we've got both head coaches in the running for the Naismith Coach of the Year award announced earlier. The National Coach of the Year, you've got Chris Holtmann on the left, Juwan Howard on the right. Both have done a sensational job with these two Big Ten teams.
Yeah, absolutely they have. No question about it. You think of Ohio State, an afterthought for some people coming into this season. And Juwan, what a solid job he's done. Bringing some older members aboard. Just loves his university, loves his team. Got a nice way with his people.
Smith had picked up the foul, and at the line is C.J. Walker.
Remember that conversation about the free throws with him?
I do, yes, indeed. Yeah, he was.
I was okay when I was younger. I'm pretty darn good right now. All about the rhythm and the consistency and the preparation.
Sewing is in. Michigan and Ohio State each from the field shooting 53%. Dickinson with 12 points in the second half for the Wolverines. Ohio State has gotten a career high 24 from Dwayne Washington. And here we go. Wolverines by 1, under 4 to go.
They're going back to Smith. You got to make sure he doesn't dribble, drive, control him, and counter. With Young, you got to go inside.
Walker on Smith. Young is on Dickinson. Little hedge there by Walker, and down low they go again. Shot clock is at 7 with a shove, and Young will pick up the foul.
A little nickel dimer there with the hands. Young plays bigger than he is too. I mean, he's so strong and tough. Little small change got him out of the box area too. Didn't really have to put the hands in there. He's the king that far from the hole.
So Dickinson is at the line, 73%.
The biggest mascot in the history of mankind.
71. Let's find a uniform that big for him to put on in high school. Think of that.
Incredible.
Dickinson 5 of 5 from the stripe. He's played 26 minutes, 19 points on 13 shots and 7 rebounds.
What a second half he's had.
Each team 3 timeouts. Dickinson has 8 of the last 10 Wolverine points. The lead for Michigan 3. They've led by 6. Buckeyes have led by as many as 5.
I'd like to see Liddell out here to do some damage. There you go. He can blow by.
Yeah.
Not that adjustment other than the finish.
Dickinson with another rebound. He's got 8.
Look at Juwan saying go. Actually, he touched it. That could have been a violation.
Switch on defense. The dribbling Smith. Shot clock at 15, so plenty of time. Livers is picked up by Sewing. Young is on the point guard who wants it. Smith. Livers will drive and slash. Out to Brooks. Thought 3. Got by Walker. Floater on the fly. And picked up by Liddell. Liddell with another rebound. Boy, he's had a terrific game too. That's his 10th, and he's got a double-double with 21 points. E.J. Liddell with 10 rebounds.
Look at this.
And it's picked up by Livers. The other way. Got it. Foul.
How about that mistake? Wow. They had 2 side. Let's hope he's okay. This kid. What a personality. Look at this. The double screen. No one saw the ball. Not a good pass at all for a guy of Sewing's ability. He's got to value it. I mean, that's not the time to be fancy. Goodness. And why not? Livers. God. A mistake you don't expect at this high level.
Livers with 11 points. 9th turnover for Ohio State to the 7 of Michigan. Livers at the line. 1 of 3 this afternoon. And he is a 90% free throw shooter coming in. And he gets that. And the lead now, this equals Michigan's biggest lead, Bill, this afternoon, 80-74.
Livers is all about winning. Leaves it all out there. Something going to the rim. And they had the mismatch. That nice little cover. Livers. He can elevate.
Against Liddell. Shot clock at 9. Now 2 come over. And a whistle and a shove and a foul. And it goes on Michigan with 2:10 to go.
They had a good game against Connecticut yesterday. Because Gonzaga, this is going to be some Final Four, by the way. Some NCAA tournament.
And the traditional powers, it seems like, are turning it up here late. Like
a little bit, too.
Kansas
Got a good win
Carolina,
against Virginia. obviously. Of course, Carolina with that front line. Over 60 points, I think, against Louisville.
North Carolina, like you were talking about, terrific. Kansas won a big game yesterday. Liddell at the line. Liddell's got 23 and 10 with the double-double for E.J. Liddell. First double-double of the season for him.
This is where you want to be solid for Ohio State. Stay at home, no gambles. You know it's going to come back to Dickinson on the block eventually. A little back screen. They hadn't done that at all. Usually have a back screen and pop with Wagner.
Shot clock at 9. Here's Livers. He's got Sewing on him. Now to Brooks. Shot clock at 3. Floats and fires and put back up and in. Dickinson with a great putback.
Once Young went over to negate. Oh, does he know the game, the big guy?
Second chance points with offensive rebounding with the drive right there by Walker. Hunter Dickinson, the freshman, has got 22 points. Big offensive rebound. He's got 9 overall. And the putback and 2 for the Wolverines.
Look where he is, Kev, though. A lot of guys would have stayed on that block. As soon as you saw Young vacate, move to the 10. There's Phil Martelli, Philly's finest over there.
He stakes his claim early, doesn't Dickinson? Which is interesting for a kid that young.
He's got a great intellect.
Yes, he does.
To be on the floor, had a screen with that. I do not see this year often where he moves on a pick. I mean, he just rock solid, doesn't spread the legs.
We're trying to see here whose ball it is.
Livers there a little bit. Everybody pleading innocence here. Wow, that's a tough one. Maybe at the end.
We've got each team shooting 52% in this game.
Might have been Liddell at the end. They got to, if they can't distinguish, they're going to have to stick with the call.
They called it Ohio State's ball. Michigan at 15-1, 18-4 record for the Buckeyes overall, and
it might have been Liddell there. What do you think?
Look at that. A lot of grabbing, a lot of lunging. Call stands, it'll be off of Ohio State. Dickinson has 16 points, Bill, in this second half. 16 of his 22. Let's see if we get the call from our crew here if he comes over and visits. No? He could have. We were ready. Sure. Our microphones are right there.
Afraid of the mic, huh? Doesn't have his SAG card with him.
Ohio State will get it. It's off of Michigan. And here comes Young with Livers on him. Liddell picked up by Dickinson out on the floor.
Nice defense.
Oh, nice defense indeed. And picked up on the deflection by Smith.
Should have kept the dribble alive, maybe back. Turn towards the corner and go to the rim.
Walker defending. Brooks is picked up by Washington.
They can be patient. They got dribble drive guys. They got post guys. Of course, offensive rebounding ability.
Livers dancing.
Nice pass.
What a pass indeed. And Brooks is there to give Michigan their biggest lead this afternoon.
Brooks is so good cutting. Game in and game out. He buries people with a real understanding of where to go.
23-12 run until that 3 right there. Michigan was on top of that 23-12 run. Sewing trains a big 3 from outside. Much needed for the Buckeyes, who clawed to within 5 of Michigan on CBS. We have a battle of projected #1 seeds. Here where we stand with 44 seconds left in this one, and Michigan leading by 5.
As you get to the free throw line, certainly helped him, but Brooks in the far left corner, you can see on this dribble drive, his dad taught him how to play with the basketball. He is just marvelous, finding holes, and how about the switch to the left hand to negate the opportunity of a big.
Michigan with 3 timeouts, Buckeyes with 2. Fast break points in the second half, Bill. Michigan 10-0 over Ohio State. That has been a huge factor in the second.
Absolutely, taking advantage. Easy baskets, premium.
Full court, Dickinson, Livers. And they get it across with Mike Smith.
give
with
it
a quick foul.
Interesting, a little trap. Try and give the foul a little earlier.
Suing was reaching in and will get the foul. That is his third. And Smith will be at the free throw line.
Well, he has had a solid game, though, running the show, making shots. First time at the free throw line all day.
And the last time the Wolverines won here in Columbus 7 years ago. And the Buckeyes have won 2 straight. They swept them last season in 5 of 7. 2 big ones right there by Mike Smith.
You want a quick hitter if you're Ohio State, which involved Liddell, I think, in a ball screen and a dive. Counter that. Michigan wants keep them on off, make them use a little bit of a clock. Stay at home on orange also.
Here's Washington. And a rebound by Wagner.
Jump ball. That was a big 3 if that went down.
A big rebound, too.
Yeah, big rebound as well. Juwan had them ready.
Yep.
There's time left here.
Michigan in first place in the conference. Brown will check out. Johnny Brown's had a nice game with 15 points for the Wolverines and Liberties.
Got to step to the ball, run through it as they did there. Be tough with it.
There's a foul on him, and 23.8 now to play.
So many fundamental things that Brooks does well. Just amazing. Other guys sort of fan out. Don't be aggressive running to the basketball, then power. Show some strength on the trap.
Bill, the Buckeyes have had 4 opponents this season that have scored at least 80 points. Yet Ohio State had found a way to win 4-0 against that kind of opponent scoring. And you can see the 87 now for the Wolverines and a lead of 8. With Brown coming back in for Michigan.
Well, he had a stamp on the game too, Brown, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Brooks. 2 of 2 from the line. And Brooks with 15. Outside, Washington 3. Got it. 27 for him. 4th 3 for the Buckeyes. Within 6 and 16 seconds to go in Columbus. Limited fans inside the building here in Columbus, Ohio. Family members.
Getting the press ready now. And up playing the inbound. A lot of guys are running this. So did Illinois. A lot of guys do it. Everybody out of bounds. One stays and everybody else takes off.
Michigan 5 guys in double figures. Michigan 3 timeouts. 1 for Ohio State. Livers, Wagner, and fouled with 14.1. You know, Bill, I look at Michigan, and you think about the seniors who have stayed, like Brooks and Livers, who thought about going pro, Davis, plus the scouting team seniors that are so important. They have 9 seniors. It's a rarity sometimes in college basketball to see a team with this kind of success have that much maturity on their roster, in their program.
Talking about getting older, those are the teams that seem to survive and move on. As Jimmy V used to say,
yes.
Survive and advance.
Survive and advance.
And they are a solid basketball team. Not too many areas they're not adequate in.
Franz Wagner tied his season high with 20 on Thursday against Rutgers. Slow going here, but he has 8 points now. Here comes Walker.
Nice hesitation.
And they let him go.
They just take it away to 3-point line. Big thing now from the last time out.
Michigan has 3, and the Buckeyes, as Bill just said, have used their final timeout on CBS. Lone regular season game between these Big Ten rivals. Michigan on top by 5. Ohio State's out of timeouts. 9.3 to play in this contest, with stars really on both rosters. This game was a terrific college game. Good shooting by both. The stars were shooting well, and You see these two teams projected number ones, two of the top 5 teams in all of college basketball.
Talent level is exceptional, no question about it, and the teamwork for both clubs too. Nice little deflection. They're going to have to look at it again.
I think Walker got him, and down goes Smith on the inbound by Livers.
Boy, he has been rocked, this kid. Davidson last week, an incidental play.
Yeah, Davidson
right
of
here.
Wisconsin caught him
And
right in
then-
the jaw.
Oh,
this
my
is head to
goodness.
head.
Mathis from Rutgers hit him in the head the other day.
And that was Young who got him,
Oh,
too.
my God.
It was like a sledgehammer.
It must feel like he's at Friday night at the fights at the Garden. I mean, week after week. I mean, goodness.
In the Ivy League, we didn't have this kind of contact.
Exactly. The only headaches we had were getting ready for the next exam.
Yes. So we walk down to the other end.
He's shaking the cobwebs.
I don't blame him. I mean, it was a big shot, but this kid has been indispensable for the Wolverines. But really, it's hard to find a player for both these teams when you go down 8-9 deep that have not had some kind of impact in some way at some time this season.
Fingerprints are on it. And Juwan really into the bench. Guys contributed, stepped up, made good decisions. He rode with Dickinson and playing Liddell. I mean, he was willing to see if he could continue to beat him deep.
Big ones right there for Smith, who has 11 at the line. He went 3 of 4. Final seconds, 6-point game. Washington will unload a 3. Got it to go. Washington with 30 points. Career high. No timeouts remaining for the Buckeyes. Livers will search, calls a timeout.
Boy, really big. Just looking for a 5-second violation. Well, they're playing it to the end, and why not? Ooh, terrific college basketball.
Terrific game. Michigan has 5 players in double figures, 2 in double figures for the Buckeyes. But boy, they've been big. Washington 30, Liddell with 23, getting it in, and a foul. Washington with Brooks getting it, the recipient for the Wolverines.
Knock those 2 down. Well, they played it right to the end, though. Ohio State. Washington, that big 3 there. Got them in touch. A lot of offense, defense from the Michigan side right now.
Well, including today, Bill, 3 of Ohio State's final 4 games are against teams ranked in the top 6 nationally. KenPom.com. They're going to play them all in Columbus. Brooks at the stripe. The senior hits it. 91% free throw shooter.
And it takes care of business right there.
Yep. Brooks is 3 of 3 and came into today 21 of 23. He is money at the stripe.
Nothing like having kids who've been through the wars, too. Able to raise their level.
So Young and knocked away by Livers. Volleyballs it back in. That'll do it. And Michigan has won at Ohio State. And they go to 16-1 and in the con to 11-1. What a game. And Michigan is there atop the conference still. The number 3 team in the country has beaten number 4. For Bill Rafter, Kevin Harlan saying so long. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports, home of the 2021 Men's National Championship.